Right, before we get into the video, just want to thank everyone for subscribing. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers now, so please share, like, comment, and yeah, just get us past 1,000. But I really appreciate everyone who's been here with us over the last few years just to get us to this point. A few regulars, so I appreciate you guys. We're about to do, so before we get into the video, our next video is going to be a 300 square metre block paver driveway. So if anyone has any requests on videos on that subject, please let us know below in the comments and I will get some videos made up for you. Whether it's doing the edging, acro drainage, or just what base to lay it on, just let us know what you want to know and we'll do a video on it. So yeah, again, let us know in the comments. Thanks for everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video recorded. Right, so just going to do a little video today on a talk through when we were doing our patio next to the stream, next to the river. Obviously, you can visually see it, but just wanted to kind of have a little talk through why we did things and why we went so extreme, or OTT. Main thing is obviously right next to a stream. The stream rises by about a metre in the winter or when it's stormy, so it's at quite a low point. Before, at the top of the patio, the customers had a house with a conservatory, which concrete base, and over the 10 years that basically cracked away. So we knew that there was movement around there. So literally going on this stream edge, we just knew we had to be a bit over the top. So yeah, hence the gabions. But yeah, okay, cool. So first of all, we dug the trench out for the gabions. We boarded it up for overnight when we left it overnight. The gabions themselves were a metre by metre by metre, so metre cubed. Here in the video you can see Jake from Towers Construction just fixing them together with wire which they supplied with the gabions. On the base of the gabions we also put about 2 tons of 40mm shingle down, just so it had a level area to sit on. But yeah, Jake fixed those together with just wire which came with it. Once all the gabions had been set in, we filled them up with sort of big cobbles and just any rejects really of concrete, bricks, rocks. We then dug the trenches out for the footings, which we dug at 450 by 450. So again, a little bit over the top, but we knew we had a lot of weight going on there. You could probably literally put like a small house on there, or summer house anyway. But yeah, we brought those up 450, and then obviously, as you can see in the video, there's a small footing on top of the gabions, so we made sure using a laser level that when we used the concrete blocks, that would bring us up to that sort of finished height on top of the gabions. So yeah, nice concrete mix, 20mm ballast and cement, just a real strong wet mix, which again laser leveled into place, and then sat on top of the gabions as well, ready for the concrete blocks around the edge, which Jake used. These are just standard concrete blocks, 210 by 440. Once those were set in, Jake actually made a start on his brickwork, starting with his corners first, obviously. All of the brickwork was arrowhead pointed in, which again Jake from Towers Construction did. You can see here that the concrete blocks have been set in place, ready for our block and beam. Reason we went for a block and beam was just that it's a lot more solid, secure. There it is there. You can just tell like this is just a solid base for this patio to be laid on. We knew we wouldn't run into any issues whatsoever. And it sounds a little bit, we also gave a gap underneath that if any water did soak through the gabions, probably a little bit high, but you never know. It had an area to sit. So yeah, block and beam, solid structure, and just ideal. So Jake did all the brickwork, just standard bricks, can't remember what they were called, but they were the same, matched in with the house and the barn that we did earlier in the year with post-modern construction. So he did a soldier course on top to give it a nice little finish. Again, the steps were just made out of the bricks and the concrete blocks. all pointed in or all laid on like a builder's mix, sand and cement, building sand and cement mix. Again, Jake laid that, mixed that up at a 5-to-1 ratio. Right, now we started laying the Portland stone. The Portland stone was probably one of the best stones I've ever worked with in my life. It was just lovely. It was cut to decent size, and it was just, yeah, lovely to work with. Beautiful looking stone. We went for a 5mm gap in between. All of this was laid on a 50-50 mix of sand and cement, 50-50 mix of sharp sand and building sand, at a 5-to-1 ratio with cement. So we literally did 5 sharp sand, 1 cement, 5 building sand, 1 cement in a mixer. That gave us our 10-and-2 ratio, which we laid on a 30 to 40mm bed of that on top of the block and beam. To finish it off, we, at customer's choice, we use like a epoxy resin. I can't remember the brand name, but I'll have a look into that, find that out for you. It was a nice grey. It looked amazing. Would definitely use it again, but that was at customer's choice. So another way you could have done it was on like a kind of sand and cement mix as well, like a normal, again, pointed mix. But yeah, so that's how we did that. If you have any questions, if you think we went over the top, then let us know in the comments section below. If you like what you saw, give us a little like, give us a subscribe, give us a share. Share would be great. Really appreciate that. Like I say, we're just trying to get above 1,000 subscribers. So how's your summer been? How are you going on? How are you getting on? What work you've been on? Is your summer going well? We're enjoying it. So we've got a massive 280 square meter driveway coming up next. So if you have any suggestions for video or any requests for videos you'd like to detail on that, or run through on that, just let us know in the comment section below. Thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe.